Hi, everyone. Uh, my name is Evan Armstrong, and I work for the Central PA Food Bank on the Impact and Policy Research team, which works on service insights in MealConnect. So you've either met myself, Morgan, or Ashley, who also all work on service insights. And today we are going to show you how to some troubleshooting tips for how to search for a neighbor. So when you were trained, we likely all told you you can just go by the name. And the way that we typically search by name is doing the first three letters of the last name, comma, space, the first three letters of the first name. And the reason that we do that is to hopefully avoid any typos. Even if someone didn't spell the full name correctly, they might have at least gotten the first three letters correctly. So we try to do it like that. For this example, we'll be using Mickey Mouse because I know there's a couple of them that were created just as kind of test cases in this system. So we'll do MOU, comma, space, MIC. And that will give us a couple of different options. So some Michelle's, some Mickey's. And yeah, you can see there's a ton of Mickey Mouses in here. We like to use that guy as an example case. Um, so uh, we can see that there's a bunch of different options in here. Now I could look at each of these and I could pick the right one. But let's say I know, but let's say none of these are the right one, right? So maybe there is a typo in that name and maybe we need to use something else. The search option gives you the option to use Alt ID, a number that the system generates for the household, address, date of birth, name, or phone number. Of these, I would recommend starting with the name and then maybe going to date of birth, or the phone number. Address can be useful, but people move a lot. Same thing with phone numbers. Phone numbers can change a lot. So I would go name first and then date of birth if you need to. If none of that is working out, you can try any number of these different things. So let's say I want to find my Mickey Mouse was born in 1985. Um, so let's go there. Now, this is going to bring up everybody who's born in January 1st of 1985, which, because the system defaults people to being born on January 1st of a given year, yeah, there's too many results for this. So we can't find our Mickey Mouse based off of that. But you can see there's a number of different ways that we could search via their address or their household. So let's say we're looking for 439 East King Street. So let's go to address now. And there we go. We actually have a number of people posted at 439 East King Street. But included in those are our two Mickey Mouses. That's kind of one way you can find various people at. Particularly useful if you have a lot of common names, like John Smith, for instance. If I type out John Smith and I try to search for John Smith, even just the fact that there are 62 results means it won't show me all the results. So if you ever get a message like this that says, hey, that's way too broad, I need you to be more specific to find this, that's when you switch, you go to a phone number, go to a date of birth, go to an address, and start to look for those other people if they are in the system. The other option is the alt ID. Now, this really only is going to work if the neighbor has recorded their alt ID somewhere before, or if you're an agency that's used the barcode system. So once you serve a household, they're automatically given an alternate ID. You can find that in their household information as you're serving them on the very last page. Um, and sometimes if you've listed text as a communication option for that household, it'll send them a text on their first visit, which includes this barcode for the alt ID. Or if you want to prompt it again on the very last page, you can check a box that says to resend that alt ID. Um, But if you are an agency that uses that and your neighbors know or have their alt IDs, then you can use this. And you can either type in the string of letters and numbers that make up an alt ID, or you can hit this barcode scanner and use your device's attached camera. If you're using a tablet, that's not too bad. Um, to scan that barcode and use them. Really, we only recommend that if you're an agency that serves so many people with similar names that it's difficult to find them. If you have not really had any difficulty searching up people by names, it's probably not going to be much quicker to use the barcodes. But if you are a place that has a lot of difficulty searching up people by names, the barcode system might be a good option for you. If that's the case, maybe send us an email. As always, if you need to contact us for any questions or problems, our email address is serviceinsights@centralpafoodbank.org. So Ashley, myself, and Morgan all check that. So that's the quickest way to get a response from us. But that's about it in terms of the different ways that you can search your neighbors. So the only other thing I will say is if you know someone is in the system, but you've searched them and you cannot find them, it's likely actually that they are outside of your area. So when we set up your account, we set up a certain number of zip codes that you can look at in the search radius so that when you search for John Smith, you're only getting the John Smiths who live local to you as opposed to all of the John Smiths in the whole country. Um, but if it's the case that you're searching for a neighbor who you know is in here and you can't find them, likely the issue is that their zip code, for whatever reason, was outside of your territory. Maybe that's a typo. Maybe that's genuinely they just blew in from out of town and you're not used to serving someone from that area. In either case, shoot us an email. We'll investigate it. And if it is that issue, we'll probably expand your search radius so that you can see more zip codes. But that's about it. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day.